What one product can I use on lots of things so I don't need lots of products in my cleaning caddy? That is a great question, and we're going to cover that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. In order to answer the question today, we're going to do a product review on a degreaser, which is also a cleaner and a stain remover, and this is a concentrate. This is known as the original Krud Kutter. Now, you might even have some of this inside your house, but I want you to be familiar with it, and I want you to start thinking of it as a go-to solution for lots of things. Now, this particular bottle is a concentrate, so when you buy it, it's going to be impossible to get the lid off. This has a foolproof, Angela-proof lid that you cannot unscrew to dilute, okay? So you'll want to buy the gallon of it, of the original Krud Kutter. When you buy the gallon of the Krud Kutter, you dilute it 10-to-1, which is 10 parts water to 1 part Krud Kutter. And it creates 44 of these size containers that you can then use on a variety of different things. Now, when it is diluted, you can use it on glass and mirrors and vinyl flooring, and it removes scuff marks off of varnished wood. You can use it on baseboards and window seals. You can use it to remove fingerprints from 6-panel doors. It's great for bathrooms and toilets and the floor around the toilets. It's great for ceramic tile. There's so many different things you can use this on, even heavy degreaser things like your barbecue grill outside or burnt-on grease inside the oven, stainless steel appliances. It's great for so many things. Okay, I'm going to show you today about 10 or 12 different ways that we can use the original Krud Kutter. But first, I want to go over the safety data sheets just so that we know kind of what it's made of and how to stay safe when using it. Did you know that the original Krud Kutter is based out of Vernon, Illinois? It is a product that is manufactured in the United States, and it is manufactured by the Rust-oleum company that's been around since 1921. And they specialize in coating surfaces, and so it's no surprise that they have a whole entire line of cleaning products that would help those coated surfaces. So the Rust-oleum company is responsible for Krud Kutter. Who knew? Now, every cleaning product has hazards associated with it, and the two that are associated with this are skin and eye irritation. So you do not want to get this in your eyes and skin without washing and flushing with water when you're done. So what's inside Krud Kutter? Well, it's actually made of a trade secret formula, so we don't really know. We do know that it has exfoliated alcohols in it, which is widely used in commercial cleaning products as a surfactant. It also has sodium metacylate, which is a chemical compound. It is non-flammable, non-explosive, and non-toxic. These are, however, alkaline materials, and like I said, they can irritate your skin or your eyes. So if you get them inside your eyes, you want to flush with water. If you get skin contact and it bothers your skin, you want to wash your skin with soap and water. If you breathe it and it doesn't have any weird fumes at all, but if it does bother you, then move to fresh air. And if you ingest it, they say that less than 1 ounce won't cause you any harm, but if you drink larger amounts of it, which you shouldn't, you want to flush with water and then go seek medical attention if necessary. All right, so the fire safety. Well, there are no unusual fire or explosion hazards noted because it's a non-flammable product. All right, if there are accidental spills, and this is if you spill it, you simply want to contain the spilled material and remove the spilled stuff with absorbent material. Makes perfect sense. All right, storage and handling. You want to store it in a well-ventilated, dry place, and you want to keep the container tightly closed when not used so it does not evaporate. Makes perfect sense once again. All right, the exposure controls. For prolonged use, you want to use nitrile gloves, and safety glasses are suggested. But prolonged use would be if you worked in the chemical manufacturing company and you're going to be around it all day, every day. For what we're talking about, probably not even necessary. All right, the physical and chemical properties. This is fun. It is a clear liquid and it's water-based, and there are no strong fumes. And it's on the greater side for the pH scale of 12.4. The product is stable under normal conditions, but it is incompatible with strong oxidizing agents, strong acids, and strong alkalis. So don't mix this with any other products. The toxicological information is it can be irritating if overexposed. The ecological information. The product is a mixture of listed components. The disposal considerations. Of course, you want to dispose of the material in accordance with your local state and federal regulations. So you want to recycle the jug when you're done, just like you do with all the other jugs that you recycle, because you're a good, upstanding citizen. All right, and the transportation methods, they are not regulated. So if you want, you can ship this to friends all across the globe. So when your friends from Facebook say, hey, can you send me some of that? You can say, yes, I can, and then you can ship it to them. And the regulatory information. No SARA 313 components exist in this product, and no TSCA, which is the Toxic Substance Control Act, components exist in this product. All right, other information. This is a Safer Choice product. Now, less than 1% of all of the companies that apply for the Safer Choice seal of approval receive it. And what that means is that Safer Choice is just as effective as all the other products with harsher chemicals, but designed for the environment and biodegradable. So this is a product that you can feel good about and feel good about keeping inside your home. All right, now we're going to go take a look at all the different amazing ways that I used Krud Kutter, and then you will be able to determine if this is a product you will add to your cleaning caddy. Now I wanted to demonstrate to you the original Krud Kutter using some everyday household products. So I bought some ceramic tile that I wanted to put on these tiles to show you a little bit whether it came off or not. And on the tiles themselves, there were some labels, gunk from the labels or sticky stuff that didn't come off. So I spray some Krud Kutter on the top of these labels, and I'm just spraying it right directly on top of the label themselves. And using no razor blades or anything, I'm just going to use my fingernails and scratch off these labels. Now I do have some latex gloves on because I did not want to get the gunk or the residue underneath my fingernails. But you'll notice that even after just a second of being on these labels, it's just picking right off with my thumbnails. And so really peculiar, because usually you'd have to use, like I say, a razor blade or something strong to peel these labels off, and I'm just scratching it off with my fingers. And so that's coming right off. So if you have any residue of anything like this in your home, the Krud Kutter is a great way to get that off. Now there's a little residue there. I'm going to spray a little bit more Krud Kutter on there, leave it on for just a second longer, and then scratch it off with my fingernails again. And this is nothing but using my fingers. See, I don't have anything hidden there. It's just my hands, and it's coming right off, doing an amazing job. And then I'm going to wipe it off with a terry cloth, and boom, we're done. All right, now I've set up some little samples. I've got some liquid foundation makeup and some lipstick and some eyeliner and some shoe polish. And I've put it on the ceramic tile that's shiny and glassy like. And now I'm going to add some onto this very flat, dull tile to see if they respond the same way. And then I'm going to take them both off at the same time so that we'll see if one works better than another or if one doesn't come off. I don't know what the results are yet because I have not done this demonstration, but I'm going to find out right along with you how well the Krud Kutter works on this tile. Now, this could be acrylic, this could be fiberglass. I use tile because the liquid foundation, for example, it is tough. This is designed not to come off, and this lipstick is designed to stay on and wear all day. This is a permanent marker. I'm writing on the ceramic tile with a permanent marker, and I'm just making a little sentence here, and then I'm going to sign my name, and then we will see if it comes off with the Krud Kutter. So I've written on the glassy tile, and now this is the dull tile, and it says permanent marker, see? Yep, permanent marker. So we've got shoe polish and eyeliner and lipstick and liquid foundation and permanent marker, and you'll notice it comes right off. The lipstick has already started to dissolve with the Krud Kutter. I'm going to spray the Krud Kutter on the eyeliner and also on the shoe polish and on the permanent marker on the glassy tile. And you'll notice it is a surfactant, and it's already started to break up that permanent marker right as we speak. I mean, within seconds, this thing has already gone into effect. And I'm wiping right down the middle of that, and you can see the dramatic results. And it's coming clean on the shiny tile. And you'll see that the permanent marker has almost erased itself. I mean, isn't that amazing? Now coming back, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wipe the rest of this off. with one pass, that permanent marker comes off. Isn't that amazing? All right, and the shoe polish, that came right off the glassy tile. And the eyeliner came right off. That liquid foundation, wow, that's thick and oily. And it comes right off. I know my towel is full of makeup and lipstick and permanent marker. Boom, and the lipstick comes right off. And that looks amazing, my friends. All right, now let's go to the dull tile that has a matte finish, and we'll take a look and see if it has the same kinds of results. So we're going to take the Krud Kutter and spray it on. And this time, instead of using a terry cloth, I'm going to use paper towels. I just want to see what the results are and if they're different using a terry cloth versus paper towels. Sometimes what you use as far as your work smart, not hard tools makes a difference. And that's already starting to break up with the permanent marker. Here's the paper towel, and we're going to start on the shoe polish. Okay, now that does not come off as easily on the flat tile. I might have to use a little bit of elbow grease on that. But looking at the liquid foundation, boom, that comes right off. And that lipstick has already started to dissolve, and that breaks right up and comes right off. Now let's look at that eyeliner. How did that do? Boom! It comes right off as well. And the permanent marker, oh, and it comes right off. Oh, this is amazing stuff. Check it out. All right, let's go ahead and clean up the rest of this tile. We'll get us a new paper towel here. And the permanent marker comes off in one sweep. That shoe polish is going to need a little bit of elbow grease. And it's like 2 or 3 passes. It did not come off the first time, but really pretty close. I'm going to still give it an A+. I'm going to spray a little bit more on that liquid foundation and get me a new paper towel. And let's put the lid back on that lipstick so I don't do any more damage. And with a new paper towel, we're just going to wipe up the rest of this. And it all comes off in one fell swoop. Yes, I love Krud Kutter, and this is why. Guys, I'm telling you, if you don't use this, today's the day you start. Look at that, fantastic results. And Krud Kutter wins. Alrighty, folks, and this is the Savvy Cleaner approved original Krud Kutter, which is the concentrated degreaser, cleaner, and stain remover. And I know what you're thinking. Why am I watching this video when I could be on my way down to the store to go get some, right? Well, don't worry, I've left links in the show notes so you can have this, as well as the gallon version and the empty bottles you're gonna dilute it in the links in the show notes. So you can have it delivered via Amazon Prime and have it at your doorstep tomorrow. I know, right? It's awesome. All right, so I wanna start a conversation in the notes below. Have you used the product and do you love it? And if you don't use it, then leave me notes in the comments below and tell me what the heck you were thinking. All right? All right, I hope this helps you a little bit. If it does, please pass it on to a friend. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.